I'm gonna open these shoes.
Dispose of this.
Yeah. Well, I'm still gonna leave it here, right here, where I can spill my drink on it.
All right. So open this up. I want to see these. You told me about them.
Okay.
Show them to me.
This is Seth reviews things he kind of knows about with your host, Jess.
I'm not the host. You're the host.
You know about the shoes.
I'm the guest.
The guest that's gonna do all the talking. Sure hope there's another box to open inside here.
Yeah.
There is bagged air, which is the best idea man ever had. Or not man, but the people that own the bagged air companies. So a box that looks nothing like the color of the shoes.
It's the classic, man. The Nike SB. Oh, wow. Those are sick.
I had no idea that they had that gloss.
Yeah, I didn't know. That's like a patent leather. That's cool. Wow. That makes the shoe like way more interesting.
Yeah, no kidding.
Because I thought that I thought it was, when you showed them to me, I thought that it was just like.
Pick that up. Yeah, I thought it was just like regular.
That's really cool,
like,
actually. Yeah, like the normal,
leathered.
Yeah, pebble, like grain leather. That's really cool, though. You got the.
Can't wait to drunkenly spill stuff on these.
Well, the good part about the patent leather, I mean, it will, like, the patent leather will, like, you'll get more creasing. It'll be, like, more defined creasing here. But the good thing about leather shoes, if you spill stuff on them, you just wipe them up. Yeah.
Sweet.
So, yeah. So these are the SB Dunks. These are the Nike SB Dunks. You have the really old Dunk, the Nike Dunks, which are from 1985. And, oh, look, you got navy laces.
Oh, no way.
And look, they put
there's
a navy.
Got a recipe for freedom.
There's a navy and red tab on the back of it. So,
so
it kind of pairs with either lace you're using.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah, so the original Nike Dunk, 1985, came out same year as the Jordan. And I think that this actually came out just a couple months before the Jordan did. Either this was like in summer and then the Jordan was in August or somewhere around then. So they're almost the same age, and they're kind of at the time, both shoes were kind of a take on the Nike Terminator and the Nike Vandal. But you know, it's Nike's classic high top basketball shoe. And the SB was around for, you know, a long time. The Jordan 1 was obviously like the more sought after one, and I got one of those. We'll go over those a little later.
Sweet.
But the SB or the Dunk was around for a long time, and then in 2002 Nike starts up the SB program. You know, it's like 2002 is like peak Tony Hawk, kind of like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Who's going to pay all this
jazz.
money for these shoes and then go
like
destroy them by skateboarding with them?
Skateboarders had been using them for like quite some time, but the SB was different because, like, I don't know if you remember back in the day, all those skateboarding shoes like Etnies and Airwalks, they were like super wide. They were super
and they had
huge.
that giant wad of material.
Right, so like they were super wide, and they gave like all the support, like they gave support and stuff here. But like once Nike hits the scene in like 2002, and they start getting skaters, like skaters really love these. Like there's a lot of guys that said that because they were more narrow, they felt like it was easier to control the board.
Yeah, flopping around with your foot inside.
Right. So a lot. So this shoe picked up big time, and the SB version is like a little bit different. So this is obviously the high top. The low top is what a lot of people crave, but the SB version is just a little bit different. You get on the SB version, you get some extra stitching right here, and this. Like the stitching is different here. It actually looks more like the Jordan. This stitching here.
That we'll see later.
But yeah, so it's just a little bit different in that way. But yeah, God, that patent leather looks sweet, doesn't it?
Yeah, man. Like I'm debating whether or not I just put on full freedom gear and put these blue laces on. Not on camera because I'll have to go get my other shoes and make sure I lace them exactly the same because I'm weird.
The other thing that's a little different about these. Yeah, you got some of the
reading on there.
Yeah, just transfers.
Osmosis.
One thing that that you get on these that's a little bit different from the plain ones is the regular Dunks have a flat lace, just a plain flat lace, and these have this rounded lace.
Puffy,
right, so it doesn't wear through as fast when you're skating. And that was the funny thing about the Nike Dunks is sneakerheads want them and like skateboarders want them. So you had these Nike signed athletes that were getting super rare Nikes and just skating the hell out of them.
Yeah, it's of course you're not going to do that today with like a
right. I mean,
maybe you will. If you've
there's
got,
still Nike guys that skate
no
like
bad
you money, and then you're just going to buy $600 sneakers and then go do some dope grinding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're really neat. Those are cool. I can't wait to see those on.
I can't wait to see these.
All right, now for contrast, I'll let you get the.
Also, these were $50 on sale.
Yeah, right.
scholars.
Oh, yeah.
Very true.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, hey.
You guys are so bright. Sweet, thanks. So I'm unboxing this, right?
Yeah, go for it.
So already the box itself, just from the top, is far more metal than the one that I got.
Yeah,
and also matches my shirt. I think instead I'll just tape this box to my feet and wear those.
So you got the classic Jordan box.
Oh man, these are dope. Every time you wear these, I'm just gonna envy the fact that you're wearing them and I'm not.
So this is what they call the Jordan bread.
So these obviously they're like brand new. These are like new.
Yeah,
stuff.
they're what in the sneaker world they call it dead stock. Totally unworn pairs.
But how old is this shoe? Like,
these are
not
2016.
Okay.
This is a 2016 release. I got these from. We'll put them in as the plug. I got these from StockX. StockX certified.
Not endorsed by StockX.
No, not endorsed at all.
Not endorsed by anyone or endorsed. Not ensourced. God.
So this is the 2016 release. The last release before then was 2011. This is like what they call the band bread, the black and red colorway. They also call it the band Jordan
bread.
Yeah, bread, black and red. So the way that Nike tells the story is that the head of the NBA wouldn't allow these to be worn by Jordan because basketball shoes at that time need to be a certain amount of white. So like this is closer to the Chicago colorway. So this would have been allowed on the court at the time, but something like this, Jordan wouldn't have been able to wear. And it was actually like another pair of shoes. It wasn't the Jordan ones that he wore that were banned. It was like a different pair, but Nike kind of rolled that into this and created this whole ad campaign with, here they are. These are the ones the NBA wouldn't let you have.
All right.
You know, and like they had this commercial where they pan down. They like pan down Jordan and he's dribbling this basketball and it pans down and it gets to him wearing these and that like puts blackout sensor bars over him.
You should be wearing those.
It puts sensor bars over him. Like that campaign wrote itself. It's like it's some legendary sneaker stuff.
Right.
But
yeah, man, those are dope.
I love these. This is my first Jordan, and I didn't know if I wanted to go with this or the Chicago colorway, which is a lot like this. The Chicago colorway is the red where you see the red, and then it's red here, and then white for the center here, and then like little touches of black and a black swoosh. So Chicago Bulls colorway, basically. But yeah, leather on these is super nice. I really like them. I can't wait to start wearing the hell out of these.
Can't wait to wear them on your hands. Yeah, and the other thing I'm noticing too, real quick, is that there's like this flap is attached.
Yeah. Whereas it's not on. Right. It's not on the Dunk, and that's a style thing that some people like to wear these open. I forget what there's like a name
I did for a while
tab.
on my other Nikes, and then this. I don't know. It felt like I'd get it snagged if I was trying to get away.
Yeah.
But so
do you run away from a lot of people? Like
and I run away from a lot of things like depression. But I ended up like lacing them in and on, and then the last turn is like lace out.
There's a lot of ways to wear like high tops like this, and you can see little differences as well. Like if you look at the front of both of these shoes, like they look very similar.
Yeah, this has got a slightly wider toe.
You can see the camera anyway, but yeah. So you've got like the 3 holes up here, whereas you've got 2 up front here, and then 2 here, and the 3rd up high. So it's just a little bit different. The Jordan's obviously a little bit taller, and the Nike Dunks are just a little bit taller than these SBs.
Yeah.
This is closer to what you'd call a mid top, like a mid, but I think they're highs. I mean, this is probably the tallest shoe I'll ever wear. But yeah, they're dope. Can't wait.
Wear them today. Dope.
Wearing them out of the store. All right, so I got one more. Something that's very different. Got one more. Something that's very different from what we've seen so far.
First thing I'm noticing, there's a number on this box.
Yeah, this is the Yeezy 350 Boost. This Kanye
I thought that was a number for how much you paid for them.
No, they're like just a little more than that.
They're more than that.
Well, they're not more than that retail, but the box like
slides out of the side. That's uncontemporary, and also
it didn't push out of the back. It's
I've been mentally broken with this box.
It's like
350, the amount of days it takes me to get the Yeezys out of the box.
You don't have to pull it all the way
Okay,
out.
it stops. I already think that I'm not baller enough for the box. So that's backwards.
Right. Supply 350.
Is that so whenever you're wearing them and you're looking at yourself in the mirror and you're like, shh, that's dope.
There are people that have speculated like what that means exactly. I'm not super familiar with it myself. Why he did that? It's really just a detailing thing. Yeah. You know, and instead of having like the 3 stripes logo like you would for Adidas, Kanye put that on the side as his
They're
thing.
heavier than I thought they'd be.
Yeah.
When you look at them, you're like, that's going to be a light shoe, and then you pick it up and you're like, it ain't.
They're really once you get them on, they're really quite light. These are probably the most comfortable shoe I've ever worn.
Really?
Like point blank and period. Like this is this
All right, this
boost
box
material.
is intimidating me. I'm going to move it. For no one who cares about that front piece there. Well, maybe people care. I'm again reviewing things I don't know anything about. That probably means I would easily offend sneakerheads.
Yeah, you piss off all the sneakerhead community.
They're like, look at him touching the shoe. That's stupid.
They're gonna be blowing you up in the comment section. So these again, I got from StockX. I got another style of Yeezys. I got the newest one, the blue tints, but I could only get them in a size.
They're so expensive. The box is sentient.
I can only get them in a size 12, and I'm a size 13, and these already kind of run a little small.
Yeah.
So I just decided that I would trade in my blue tints. I sold my blue tints and got these, which is a colorway I liked a little more because I already had the creams, which are all white, and the blue tints are kind of a gray, so I thought I'd go with something darker.
Every time that I see the bottom, because the lights are so bright in here, like I think that it's translucent.
Right.
And the light's shining through.
Well, it is like slightly translucent. You can kind of see the boost material through it.
This is probably a stupid question. Did they purposely make it look like styrofoam?
Yeah, kind of. BASF came up with the material
because it looks exactly like styrofoam.
Right. I think Puma was actually the first one to use it in a shoe, but like so much of Adidas's line now uses this boost material. Like they have the Pure Boost, the Ultra Boost. They have NMDs have
Mega
this boost material. Yeah,
uncomfortable
Super
boost.
Ultra Mega Boost.
Yeah. That's my
but yeah, so it's really comfortable. Like you gotta try these on after we get done shooting the video because they feel awesome walking around them all day, and the upper being like this.
And they're 13, so I can like put my keys in the toe.
Right, yeah.
And have all that extra space.
You can keep like your weed up there because obviously you sell dope if you can afford these.
Right.
But yeah, so like, what do you think? Like when you look at?
So
them,
I've seen Yeezys before because you own a pair and I helped you move in. And the first thing you notice is the tag is driving me insane. Is the slope on the back end, which is kind of unlike any shoe ever, but to play devil's advocate with myself, because I'm not a big fan of it, it's not something I'm used to seeing, but also the back of your foot doesn't do this.
Right.
Like you have a heel.
Right.
So it actually seems like it might have an actual like function for comfort kind of thing.
And that's kind of what it is like if you look at it, it's kind of the shape of like a foot if it melted a little, you know. So the proportions are kind of exaggerated out.
Right.
Towards the bottom.
Otherwise the sole's real big.
Yeah. They do look,
it's like things I'm not used
really
to.
Wide.
But I mean, I think it's a pretty dope shoe.
Yeah.
But there are some like there's a strangeness about it, and I'm sure that's why it's kind of sought after. It's its own design.
Part of the appeal to me, there isn't a lot. There's a lot of stuff that's kind of emulated it after this, but there's nothing like there's other stuff like this, but not that's as widely worn, I guess.
Right.
And I wasn't a big fan of these at first. Like this is the version 2 color run. Or the version 2 line. I wasn't a big fan of the first ones. Like, in retrospect, I love them. I wish I'd tried to get them. But I wasn't a big fan at first because these proportions look kind of weird. You know, it's kind of a weird looking shoe. But the more I looked at it, the more I saw people wearing them. I was like, man,
you saw how cool those some
friends
were.
Yeah, I was like, you know, I think those could look really dope. And I was like, I'm not sure if I can pull them off, blah, 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 all those things you say if you're like, I'm not sure if it'll look good on me or whatever. But I managed to, I liked them more and more. I managed to get a pair of the creams. And as soon as I got them and put them on, I was like, I wish I had been after every single colorway. Yeah, I wish I'd been after every colorway.
I'm also like, noticed a little bit ago that there's no normal holes for laces to come from. It seems like the laces are just exploding out of the fabric of the shoe, and that's pretty cool. And the seam thing I kind of like. It's kind of like it's wrapped up around your foot,
splits the toe.
Right.
Yeah.
I think they're pretty cool. I'm in the same boat. Like I don't know if I could pull something like this off, but I also only know the definition of style, and so.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say that I have style or anything, but I have really loved these. I'm excited for these because my other ones are pure white.
So that changes up,
but
pure
white.
Wear it with.
Yeah, they're great in summertime. They're easy to wear in summertime. But at the same time, like, and I wear the heck out of my shoes. I don't try and keep them super clean. Like, I'm not a collector. I'm a shoe wearer and a shoe lover. So like I wear them, but still like it's harder to keep those clean. Like these, I feel like with the black and gray, like I can beat them up more. You know?
Oh yeah, they won't.
I can
show
wear
as
them
much
and not have to worry about
wear. Yeah, right. When you have like stark white shoes like these, I'm kind of intimidated by.
Well, it's like honestly, that leather you'll just be able to wipe down with a damp cloth.
I know, but
yeah, the first stain is gonna bother you.
Right.
After the first one, you're like,
bar, and then I come home and I find out that they're covered in spillages that are like, it's 70% my fault, and the other 30% other drunk people. But I haven't owned a shoe with white in it in a very long time.
I mean, they're great.
Yeah, I'm gonna put them on as soon as I stop having to talk at this camera.
Well, speaking of that, unless you got some more you want to say or anything else you want to comment on, like obviously the slope and the shape of the shoe, but like one of the things I like.
Oh, it doesn't have a tongue.
Right.
Wow.
No, this is all one.
Yeah, it's just all one thing.
It's a one-piece upper.
This is probably obvious to a lot of people, but whatever.
Well, it's really like a two-piece upper. It's stitched down the center and brought together.
Right.
But yeah, there's
kind of cool.
There's a lot of little like details and stuff, just like with the box.
The box confused me like far more than it probably would confuse any.
If
normal human.
If you know anything about Kanye West and what he's done in like fashion, like this shoe, like its presentation and stuff makes a lot of sense. Like not everybody might would put like suede on the inside here.
Right.
Well,
that's what's touching your dang foot skin.
Right. The supply, like this stripe, the stripe across the back has been on all the shoes. Like there are these little details that continue through.
Does it always match the lettering?
Yeah. It matches whatever the other coloring is.
Right.
So like you've got, this is called the Beluga 2.0. The first
like
of the
Beluga,
Beluga, like whale. The first version of the Beluga, which was the first Yeezy version 2, actually had no heel tab on it. It's the only one that doesn't have a heel tab. And the shoe looks very different. I really like it a lot, sans the heel tab. If they'd have left it off for the entire version 2 line, I'd have been like, great, but I think it still looks good with the heel tab.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of little details in here that Kanye does, little things that he does, like the way that this stitching is done. Like, all this stuff is purposeful. Like, even this, what they call the dead stock knot, like, a lot of people wear these just this way, straight out of the box.
Like straight out of the box.
There are other ways to wear them where you kind of, like, loosen the laces, like, up kind of big and puffy and just leave them like that to let them, like, flop around a little bit. Like even this, like I guarantee Kanye said, like, this is how I want them laced. This way. You know, this is how I want them to
make the box confusing
out of the box.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's all I've got.
Thank you for spending your time with a sneakerhead and a non-sneakerhead.
Yeah. Or sorry if you hated it, and not sorry. Bye.